Hello and welcome to another episode of Great Lakes Post live stream. I'm Casey Campbell. Thank you for tuning in. We have a very special guest today, Michael McDowell from the NASCAR Cup Series driver, the number 34, loves travel stops Ford for Front Row Motorsports, and coming off an 18th place finish yesterday at Talladega. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Casey?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Well, first off, let's talk about Talladega. You're running up in the top 10 late, kind of got shuffled out, but that's how it works. But what a day that a lot of NASCAR fans are going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it was a special day, obviously, starting out with pre-race, just the support and love for Bubba Wallace. And, I just think that it just showed what the NASCAR community is all about. And so that was very emotional and special. And then you get fired up and racing and going. And like you said, it was a great race, through the whole thing. We were in a good position at the last lap, and it just didn't quite work out. But you'll have that at Talladega, but still a great day, and thankful to get a finish and to kind of come out of Talladega unscathed is difficult. So not the result we wanted, but could have been a lot worse for sure.
And what's it like going to a place, like Talladega, where you've had a lot of success at over the years? Talk about what it's like driving a super speedway track like Talladega or Daytona.
Yeah, it's just a lot of mental and just making sure you're at the right spot at the right time and avoiding the wrecks and missing it, and just a gut feeling that you have of when to push it and when not to push it, and when you feel like you're in a bad spot and when you feel like you're in a good, comfortable spot. And it's different than all the other races that we do. Driving the cars is not as difficult. It's still a challenge, but it's all about just positioning yourself and putting yourself in a good spot at the right time.
Did you know that we are halfway through the regular season for the NASCAR regular season for the first 26 races for the playoffs?
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy for sure.
How has your year gone so far with Front Row?
Yeah, it's been a great year. We had a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning, but the last couple months we've been kind of racking off top 15s and top 20s, and that's really strong for us, and we're in a good spot. And hopefully we can keep that momentum, heading into Pocono with a doubleheader, to keep it rolling. So it's definitely the best start of a season that I've had in my Cup career and with Front Row. And so I feel really good about where we're at and where we're going.
You also have a new teammate this year, of course. John Hunter Nemechek's in the 38, taking over for David Reagan, who retired last year. What's it been like working with John Hunter? I know you had some experience with him when he ran a couple races last year when he took over for Matt Tifft. What was that like to work with him this year?
Yeah, so obviously it's different with the protocols and restriction with COVID is, we're not at the shop, we're not doing our pre-race meetings or post-race meetings. Everything's done through virtually. So it's a little bit different, but he's done a great job this year. Him and Seth Barber have knocked off some good solid finishes and have done a good job, and feel like we as a group we're all working well together, and we're both running well, and that shows in the points and the results, and we're moving in a good direction.
All right, we'll have more with Michael McDowell after this.
Is your money not sure what to do with itself? At Ally, we'll help it save for the future with our smart savings tools. For all things money, you deserve an ally.
And we're back. Michael McDowell joins us. So, Michael, how did this racing thing start for you?
Yeah, it started out when I was a young kid. started racing BMX bicycles. My brother's a few years older than I am, and so we both started racing bikes, and that led to racing dirt bikes and quads, and then that led to getting into go-karts, and that's when it all really started for me. Growing up at the go-kart track and racing all over the country and the world, and getting prepared to be a race car driver.
So in 2008, you made your Cup debut with Michael Waltrip Racing. And one of the first things that people know about those first few starts is, of course, we have to bring up the Texas qualifying crash. Do you remember anything from that?
Yeah, I do. I remember all of it. I remember every aspect of it. It's just one of those things that happened, and I'm thankful to walk away from it. It's not what you want to get known for, but it's the way it is, and so I'm thankful to still be here and to still be in the sport and running better than I've ever have. So it's been a long journey and a hard road since that accident in 2008, but I'm thankful to still be a part of the sport.
And of course, before you got to Front Row, you kind of helped launch the Leavine team, which is currently driven by Christopher Bell. What was it like at Leavine Family Racing, and as Bob Leavine kind of got his team started? You were there for, I think, 2014 to about 17, I want to say. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a transition for both of us. I was coming off of starting parking cars in the Cup Series, and they were running a very partial schedule. And so that first year was the same thing, just a partial schedule, but we grew it into, running full time. And every year we got better and better and more competitive, and got to a place where I worked myself out of a job. We got to running so well that an opportunity came up for them to put Kasey Kahne in the car, and Kasey had some sponsors and partners behind him, and kind of the rest is history. But I'm very thankful for the opportunity that they gave me, and feel a part of the family there, and it's great to see them have success. And so it's something that I feel like I'm a part of.
Yeah. And then you came to Front Row with 2018 with your teammate at the time, who was also one of your really good friends, David Reagan. Those first two, the first year you guys ran together, I think in 18. What was that like to just get together and talk about things? I know you guys have Bible studies in the past and all that, but what was that like? Just to run as teammates with your good friend.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, David and I had been friends for a long time, prior to me being his teammate. So that was a lot of fun to be able to interact with him and improve the program and work on ways that we could do that. And, it's definitely been different not having him there, but, he's enjoying their retirement life, and I'm happy for him and his family and for Jacqueline, and, they're just in a good spot where it was good timing for him. And, but yeah, it was a lot of fun to have David as my teammate.
All right. We'll be back with Michael after this, talking about Pocono this week.
What is this thing?
The Roxor.
Ain't no turn signals.
No traffic where this goes.
Ain't no plastic.
Nope. Box steel frame too.
Woo-wee, that's pretty. No nav TV screen.
It's up there.
Ain't got no license plate.
Ain't street legal. That's the best part.
If you're looking for unmatched capability and industrial strength durability, it all starts here for under 16 grand.
Ain't no toy, huh?
Nope.
And we're back. Michael McDowell joins us. So, Michael, we're heading to Pocono this weekend, and I was just doing some, looking at it. Total of 675 miles you'll be running combined, and I think that's the number. But what's it like to run a doubleheader? First time NASCAR has done this. We've seen the Xfinity Series do it last week. The IndyCars have done it, as I mentioned before. What's that going to be like for you?
Yeah, I don't know yet. It's a first time for us, so It'll be new for everybody. The races are a little bit shorter than normal, so that definitely helps. It's going to be a lot of work for the teams, after that race on Saturday to get ready for Sunday using the same car. But everybody's up for the challenge and looking forward to it. And hopefully we'll have a solid race on Saturday and have a car that's in one piece ready to go for Sunday. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it back to back. I think it's anytime you do something new, it kind of increases the level of excitement and anticipation.
When you go to Pocono, it's always it's the tricky triangle. What do you like about Pocono? Is that more? And has it been a good track for you in the past? I know Front Row's had some success there with getting the win with Chris Buescher, I think back in 2016. But what's your take on Pocono?
Yeah, Pocono's a fun racetrack. It's been a good racetrack for me over the years. It's changed obviously with this rule package where we're not downshifting anymore like we used to. But at the same time, I think that this is a track that is hard to get just right. It's hard to get your setups right. It's going to be very challenging without practice and qualifying to know where you need to be. But I love Pocono. I love the area, the racetrack, and the fans. And obviously, with no fans there, this weekend is definitely different. But looking forward to putting on a good show for everybody that's watching at home on Fox.
Yeah. Speaking of no fans, you won't also have your family there. I know you have 4 kids at home. What's that been like not having them there?
Yeah, it's definitely been tough. Their world's kind of changed with school and not being able to hang out with their friends, and the summers are usually us on the road traveling to racetracks and enjoying that together, and so it's definitely different than what it's been for them. But we're also healthy and thankful, and we know that this season isn't forever, and we're just making the most of the opportunities that we have, and we'd love to be together on the road again, but that's it's not what's available to us right now, so we'll just enjoy the time and make the best of it.
All right, Michael, I want to thank you for coming on our Great Lakes Post live stream today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
And we'd like to also thank all of you for watching our Great Lakes Post live stream. I'm Casey Campbell. We'll see you next time.